Alright, what's going on, guys? So today we actually have some pretty phenomenal news for a Bloodborne PC port. And I know a lot of y'all were having this debate about whether or not it needs a remake or a remaster, but I'm pretty sure the one thing that everybody can agree on is that this game needs to come to PC. There's way too much potential for mods, patches, and fan creations for this to just never happen. And plus, there's still a whole slew of people that have never gotten the chance to play this game, simply because they never owned a PS4 or a PS5. But it's looking like a Bloodborne PC port is going to become a reality based on this new information that just came out today. And this is just one little aspect of a giant pile that's been created that's all pointing to this eventually becoming a reality. So we're going to break all of that down today, and I'm going to dive into the details about this and give you the context of why this is looking better than ever. But as always, before we get into that, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Elden Ring and From Software news, and to be involved with one of the most active Souls communities. But now let's dive into this news. Sony has been making it painfully clear lately that they want to start porting a lot of their games over onto PC. They started with Horizon and Days Gone, and last week it was confirmed that God of War, a game that nobody suspected, was going to be coming over to PC. And now, in wake of all this, Sony has just filed an LLC for PlayStation PC. Now, as of right now, we don't know all of what PlayStation PC is going to entail, but based on games like Horizon and God of War coming to PC and now this filing, in my personal opinion, this confirms that Bloodborne PC is going to be happening for me. Now, obviously there has not been an official announcement or word from Sony onto what exactly this is, but either way it's an extremely good sign. Now, according to VGC 24/7, this listing dates all the way back to April, but the news just broke today according to a corporate wiki. Now, this also comes in lieu of Sony's president saying PlayStation would be bringing a whole slew of games over to PC. Now, obviously that's talking about exclusives, but we know that the games that they are bringing over are the best of the best, such as Horizon and God of War. Now, there are a few theories as to what this PlayStation PC LLC could be, and the one that seems the most likely to me is that this could be some sort of subscription model, kind of like Xbox Game Pass, where if you sign up for it and have the game on PlayStation, then you can download it on PC. Now, for those of you that don't know, Bloodborne is on the PlayStation hits list, which is likely where a majority of these PC ports are going to come from, and we can already see that both Horizon and God of War are on there. Now, I don't expect Bloodborne to be coming soon. I would give it at least another year before I believe it's going to be playable. But either way, I think Bloodborne on PC is definitely going to be happening, and if you want some further evidence for this, a leak happened last week that I wasn't going to report on initially, since we already covered the Colin Moriarty stuff, but this article reads as follows, and take a look at this. According to Nick Baker, Bluepoint is making the PS5 remaster for Bloodborne, is developing a proper sequel to Bloodborne, and is simply waiting to release it. That's a lot of claim, but for those who are unaware, Xbox Era's Nick Baker is a trustworthy leaker. He has previously leaked everything from PS Plus titles to God of War Ragnarok's presence at the last Sony event. As such, while any rumor should be taken with a grain of salt, he is a reliable source. And this comes just a week after Colin Moriarty's rumor, who said the same exact things about Bluepoint. And like we talked about in that video, Colin Moriarty is an extremely credible source. But the whole thing just seems so unlikely. And I talked about this in a podcast with Ratatosker and Lore Hunter, which I highly recommend you go check out. But the thought process for me on this is that I just find it so strange that the claims these guys are making are so outlandish, however they themselves are very credible sources. So I just don't know, guys. The PC port I think is definitely gonna happen, and that's not based off a leak or a rumor, that's based on simple observation of Sony's official practices and the announcement. But as for a Bloodborne 2 and a Bloodborne Remaster from Bluepoint, I'm not gonna say I think it should or shouldn't happen. I'm just kind of taking a step back from all this, and if it happens, it happens, and I hope it's good. But I am really excited to see what comes of this PlayStation PC LLC, and now that this news has come to light, it's going to be interesting to see if they choose to address it, because as you guys know, the State of Play happened last night and we didn't really get anything interesting. There were a few voices saying we might get Bloodborne news, but obviously I did not think that was going to happen. But I don't think it'll be too long before we hear at least something else regarding these rumors, because these sources are so reliable apparently, and the news has kind of blown up a lot. Now, I know Bloodborne rumors are like a weekly occurrence now, but I think there could really be something going on behind the scenes. But anyways guys, that's gonna pretty much do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on it, and check out my last video where I covered everything we know about Elden Ring's story so far. I worked really hard on that, and YouTube didn't really push it like normal, so if you don't mind, go check that video out. I would really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.